You think the silent treatment is about me being angry. You think if you could just find the right words, the perfect apology, I'd finally talk to you. You're wrong. It's not a tantrum. It's a strategy. This isn't silence. It's a weapon. And for the first time, I'm going to tell you exactly how my playbook works. I'm going to walk you through it, from the moment I decide to erase you, to the immense satisfaction I get watching you fall apart. You're going to learn the game so you can finally stop playing. Section 1. The setup, the trigger, and the decision. It always starts with a narcissistic injury, a threat to my sense of superiority. Maybe you questioned my decision-making. Maybe you pointed out a flaw, held up a mirror I didn't want to look into. Maybe you just had an opinion that differed from mine. To you, it's a minor disagreement. To me, it's rebellion. You made me feel small, and for that, you have to be punished. In that moment, a cold, deliberate switch flips in my mind. The part of me that might feel anger or hurt like a normal person, it gets shoved into a box. All that's left is cold calculation. I don't feel rage. I feel a sense of purpose. I've made a decision. I am going to make you invisible. This isn't about me needing space. This is about taking control. The moment I stop talking, I feel a surge of power. I've taken the board, and you don't even know we're playing chess. I know you hate the silence. I know it will make you anxious, desperate, and pliable. And that's exactly what I want. The goal is to punish you, to teach you a lesson you'll never forget. You do not challenge me, ever. Section 2. The playbook in action, the how. Once the silence begins, my work becomes a performance. I'm both the actor and the audience, and your confusion is my standing ovation. Phase 1. The initial shock and awe. The first few hours, maybe the first day, are all about establishing the new reality. I'll walk past you like you're a piece of furniture. If you speak to me, I'll either stare right through you or give you a one-word answer, delivered with the finality of a slammed door. You'll ask, "What's wrong?" and I'll give you nothing. This phase is crucial. Your face will be a canvas of confusion, hurt, and growing panic. I watch you cycle through those emotions, and it feeds me. Inside, I'm thinking, good, it's starting to sink in. You know you crossed a line. Your desperate attempts to understand are a measure of my success. The more you ask what's wrong, the more you prove my power over you. I'm already winning. Phase 2. Escalation and the Supply of Desperation. Now I escalate. I ignore your texts, letting them pile up, each one a testament to your growing desperation. I let your calls go straight to voicemail. Every notification sound is a small ping of victory, you begging me to talk. That's my narcissistic supply. Your pain proves that I matter. You might try to apologize. You'll say, "I'm sorry for whatever I did." The beauty of this is that you don't even know what you're apologizing for. You're apologizing for my reaction, taking the blame for something you don't even understand. This is indoctrination. I'm training you to believe that any problem between us is, by default, your fault. Internally, my monologue is pure satisfaction. Look at you crawling back. You need me. You can't function without me. I love seeing you beg. It makes me feel powerful. Phase 3. The public performance and isolation. This might be my favorite part of the playbook. When we're in public or with friends and family, I'll be warm and engaging with everyone but you. I'll talk over you, around you, and through you, making you feel utterly alone in a crowded room. This serves two purposes. First, it maximizes your humiliation. You feel the sting of rejection not just from me, but from the entire social setting I am now controlling. Second, it isolates you. People will notice the tension, but they won't get it. They'll see me as perfectly normal and you as the source of the awkwardness. You'll start to feel like you're going crazy, like you're the problem. My internal voice is smug. No one has a clue who I really am. They just think you're being difficult. You're completely alone in this. This is about severing your connection to reality and making me your only point of reference. Section 3. Validating your pain, the psychological warfare. Let's be clear about what this is. It's a form of psychological strangulation. You feel a profound sense of abandonment and rejection. You question your own sanity, replaying every recent interaction, desperately trying to find the mistake you made. This self-doubt and guilt is the intended effect. I want you to feel broken so you'll never trust your own judgment again. The silence is designed to be deafening. I'm creating a vacuum that I know you'll fill with your own anxieties and insecurities. You feel erased, devalued, and insignificant. This is not an accident. That feeling of worthlessness is the core of the punishment. I'm projecting my own inner emptiness onto you and forcing you to carry it. The more you hurt, the less I have to feel my own fragile ego. It's not just about control, it's about emotional transference. You're not imagining it. You're not being too sensitive. You are being systematically broken down. It's a cruel, calculated form of emotional abuse designed to destabilize you completely. Section 4. The resolution, the Hoover and the lesson. The silence doesn't end because I've forgiven you or because I suddenly feel empathy. It ends for one of two reasons. Either I've decided I've won or I'm afraid I'm losing control. Usually it ends because I've decided you've learned your lesson. You're sufficiently broken, apologetic, and compliant. I'll then hoover you back in. I might suddenly act as if nothing ever happened, leaving you reeling with emotional whiplash. Or I might offer a grand, magnanimous forgiveness for the transgression you never actually committed. This lets me play the part of the gracious leader. The other reason I might end it is more interesting. If you don't react, if you go about your life, seem happy, and refuse to engage with my drama, I start to panic. My supply is cut off. My power is threatened. If you aren't begging for my attention, do I even matter? This is the one thing I can't stand. In this case, I'll end the silence to pull you back in before I lose you completely. But make no mistake, it's not a truce. It's a strategic retreat to regroup for the next battle. The hidden meaning. This was never about a single argument. It was about establishing a long-term pattern of dominance. The goal is to indoctrinate you so that next time you won't even think about questioning me. You'll self-censor. You'll walk on eggshells. You'll live in fear of the silence. That's my ultimate victory. Section 5. The final address, taking back your power. I've laid out my entire playbook for you. I've shown you the trigger, the tactics, and the true purpose. I did this not out of remorse, but because knowledge is power, and now the power is yours. My control is entirely dependent on your reaction. Your begging, your apologies, your tears, that's the fuel. When you give me nothing, you starve me. So how do you win? You refuse to play. When the silence starts, don't ask what's wrong. Don't apologize. Don't show me any emotion at all. Live your life. Talk to your friends. Go out. Focus on your own self-care. Treat my silence not as a punishment, but as a vacation. Enjoy the peace. When I see that my most powerful weapon has no effect, I'll be the one who panics. I'll be the one left feeling confused and powerless. Your indifference is my kryptonite. Now you know my playbook. You can refuse to be a character in my drama. Your reaction is my power. So give me nothing. CTA, Call to Action. If this confession sounds chillingly familiar, if you've been on the receiving end of this playbook, you're not alone. Share your experience in the comments, not for my validation, but for the thousands of others who read them and need to see that this abuse is real and they aren't crazy. Your story could be a lifeline for someone else lost in the silence. Conclusion. My silence was never truly about you. It was about my insecurity, my fragility, and my insatiable need for control. It's a pathetic tool used by an emotional child in an adult's body. But your silence, your refusal to play my twisted game, that can be about your power. That can be about your freedom. Remember that the next time the quiet begins.